Let's take a look at tonight's two-game NHL slate on DraftKings. We've got Carolina and New York Rangers, followed by Dallas and Colorado. As has been the trend in this series, Dallas comes in with the highest targetability by quite a significant margin, in large part because of Georgiev's struggles. He is the worst goalie on the slate. Well, at least on the season, he's been the worst goalie on the slate. And he's not been great in the playoffs. He had a couple of really good games against Winnipeg, but outside of that, he's definitely been beatable. And since Dallas is on the road, Dallas 2 is going to come in as my top stack. So Dallas has a targetability of 22.18. And then the other three teams are all really close to each other. We've got Carolina at 15.55, Colorado at 15.32, and the Rangers at 13.48. The Rangers their rating is brought down thanks to Freddie Anderson's .930 save percentage, but that was in a shortened season, and the Carolina Hurricanes not giving up many high danger chances. But the Rangers have been really good in the playoffs, really good against Carolina. They've looked like the better team and have not really had that much difficulty scoring. So even though their targetability rating is the lowest on the slate, I still prefer them to Carolina as far as DFS targets go. Speaking of which, as I just mentioned, Dallas 2 comes in as my top stack. Georgiev is very beatable. The main problem with Dallas 2 is they don't have a neat pairing or a neat correlation that makes you feel comfortable playing them. So Dallas 2 looking like Benn, Johnston, and Pavelski. Benn and Pavelski play on the top power play line, whereas Johnston plays on the second power play line. Yet Johnston has been the most productive of those three skaters. Pavelski has really been non-existent from a fantasy perspective throughout almost the entire playoffs. Benn's put up some decent points. In fact, let's look at Dallas real quick on daily faceoff so we can look at Benn's last 5 games. Jamie Benn, the last 5. He has a goal and 3 assists, which is awesome. But in those 5 games, he's put 5 total shots on goal and blocked 1 shot. So he has 4 points, but only 5 shots and 1 block in the last 5 games. It's tough to hit value if you're not putting shots on net or blocking shots. Pavelski, while we're here, 1 assist in the last 5 games, 4 shots and 7 blocks. So again, they have not been producing lately, but maybe that just means they're due, and I have no problem going to Dallas 2 tonight. That's probably where I'm going to start my lineups on DraftKings. I'm even willing to 4-man stack Dallas because they do have such a better matchup and a higher targetability than the other teams. If I'm going to 4-stack, I'm probably either using Heiskanen for the power play 1 correlation with Benn and Pavelski. Plus, he also plays on the top D line. Those get mixed and matched at even strength anyway. Or Harley, who plays power play 2, and that correlates with Johnston. So if I'm 4-manning, it's that line 2 with one of those 2 D-men. Looking at the goalies tonight, they're all priced relatively similarly. We have the cheapest is Ottinger at $7,600. Shesterkin's $8,200. Everybody else is in between. If I'm choosing my 2 favorites, it's Shesterkin and Ottinger. Shesterkin's been great. Carolina shoots a lot. I think the Rangers have a good chance to win tonight. And even though Shesterkin's the most expensive, if I have $8,200, I'm locking Shesterkin in. I will note, if you're not stacking Colorado, you play Ottinger and hope that he has another great game. He's been great in the playoffs. Colorado has a great offense. They shoot a lot. So if you're not playing the Colorado angle that they put up 4 or 5 goals, then absolutely play Ottinger in net for you. I mentioned already that the Hurricanes come in 4th, even though they don't have the lowest targetability, just because of how well the Rangers are playing. So Dallas is my top stack, then Colorado, then New York, and then Carolina. Colorado and New York are kind of interchangeable. Colorado 1 is always in play, but especially when they're at home and they get last change so they can match up their top line where they want. The problem is they're just super expensive because ideally you want to get McKinnon and Rantanen and Makar, but McKinnon's over 10K, Makar's 8K, I think. Rantanen's like 76 or something. So it's really hard to make that work and feel comfortable about the rest of your lineup. But if you can, great. And we'll look at some cheap guys here that might maybe be able to make you feel comfortable jamming in those Colorado studs. Starting with Tyler Seguin, who has been really productive. He's only 4,700, which is a good price for him. If you look at his last 5 compared to the 3 guys we just talked about on the Stars, Sagan's put 19 shots on goal. He has 3 blocks, and he scored 3 goals in his last 5 games. So Tyler Seguin at 4,700 feels like a really nice way to get exposure to the highest targetability game on the slate here. And then we also have some cheaper defensemen that we can look at. We have quite a few, again, relatively cheap that I feel comfortable with. Trouba always comes in as the most expensive just because of his insane shot blocking. He's getting 3 blocks like it's nothing, 3 blocks in a period sometimes. He might hit double-digit blocks one of these games at the rate he's going. So Trouba at 4,900, I still feel okay playing him, but chances are you're not going to have 4,900, and you're looking for someone cheaper. You can go to Braden Schneider in that Rangers series. Again, Carolina shoots a lot. Braden Schneider hit the shot blocks bonus, I think. I know he did 2 games ago. I can't remember if he did it last game. But at 3,100, if he hits 3 blocks, you're feeling good. Girard and Manson for Colorado. They're a good price. They're skating good minutes. In fact, let's go look at the Avs. They're not the dedicated shot blockers that like Jacob Trouba is. They're kind of doing a little bit of everything. Girard has 15 blocks over the last 5. Manson has 13. Manson's also contributed 3 points, though. And again, those guys are Manson's 3,600, Girard's 3,200. They're totally fine as somewhat of value-saving options. And then Tanev's also been blocking a bunch of shots. He has the entire playoffs, but he's up to 4K now for Dallas. So I would rather play Girard or Manson than Schneider. I would only go to Schneider if I had 3,100 and I couldn't get up to Girard for that $100 more. And of course, Trouba is always my favorite. His shot blocking is crazy. He's just so solid. So if you play him, you know you're getting at least 8 points. And hey, he might have 8 blocks. And he could even score a goal or get an assist, and you just feel great about locking that in for sub 5K. All right, so to sum up for tonight, Dallas is the top target. Dallas 2, you can go with Ben, Johnston, Pavelski, or you can 4-man if you want to add in a defenseman or one of the other power play skaters. For example, you could go Ben, Johnston, Pavelski, Seguin, and then Ben and Pavelski would have power play 1 correlation. Johnston and Seguin have power play 2 correlation. On a big slate, you wouldn't want that, but on a 2-gamer, totally fine. After that, the other 3 teams come in kind of a jumbled up mess. They're all really similar. I prefer the Avalanche and the Rangers slightly to Carolina. I just think the Rangers have a good chance to win. Shesterkin's been amazing. I don't really want to target Carolina on the road unless I'm just doing it to be contrarian. Ottinger and Shesterkin, my top 2 goalies. Ottinger 7,600, Shesterkin's 8,200. Both have a chance to get the win and hit the 35 save bonus. I love that out of my goalies. And then some ways to save salary. Tyler Seguin looks like a nice value at 4,700 with the way he's been playing. And you can go to any of these defensemen here. Girard, Manson, Tanev, Trouba, or Schneider if you really need to scrape the bottom of the barrel. If there's anything else that you guys want to see on this sheet, any other stats that you think might help you, please let me know, and I'm happy to add them. This spreadsheet is linked in the description down below. Thank you to everybody who's been watching, liking, subscribing, and let me know when the sound is off or there's something else that makes it harder for you all to watch or get value out of it. Good luck tonight, everybody.